That's already on.
Welcome to the show, everyone. This is going to be a great segment. I'm really excited about bringing on my first guest, and the reason why is they've been with me now once a week for the last, couple of months now. And, I have with me Tom Duhigg and Kevin Trumbull. They are the owners of Rise from the Ashes Consulting. Now, what is that? Well, I'll tell you right now what that is. If you are, let's say, a restaurant owner, and would you like maybe to have a little bit more sales? Would you like to have less turnover? We're going to talk a little bit about culture and how to get the people that you are your employees to give you 100% of themselves. Can you imagine, as we're sitting right here, you're sitting in a restaurant right now and you're getting lousy service.
From lousy employees.
And that's a lousy employee, okay?
Yeah.
And it really starts we're going to talk about what they've done and how they can turn around any business, but restaurants, that's what they like to focus on, within 90 days. They have a proven record of this, folks, and there's so many restaurants out there that start off, they're so excited, and then they fail, okay? And it's so sad to see how many have that happen, especially people who are let's say family-owned businesses. They put their heart and soul into it, and now here they are failing. Listen up, everyone. You tell them what you've done, Tom.
Well, from my first restaurant experience, almost failing, right, to becoming a destination restaurant that people drive an hour, 2 hours from every direction that Kevin helped me create. I then went and helped struggling restaurant owners, both some of the big chains out there and some individual And one of the hardest thing they have, they always say, Tom, I don't know how to deal with employees. I don't know what to do. I don't know how to motivate. I can't get them to do their jobs. I can't do anything like that. So really, I spent a lot of time working with them and showing them, this is how you treat your employees. You're not treating them correctly. You think you are. You think the things you are doing are engaging and like throwing money at them or throwing benefits at them. They're gonna leave you. I can tell. When I'm in a restaurant, I can pick out 3 or 4 people and I probably predict when they're quitting.
Wow.
Yeah, because of the expression, because of the effort they're giving. Then I can also point out what we call the peak performers that are probably going to be with them for another 5-10 years. I can put them both out, right? And then so what we want to do is get them from the beginning. Who are you hiring, right? And so we talk about our gatekeeper hire. We got a couple shows on that. So important how you hire. And we teach people how to hire so that the first way you accelerate your profitability is getting the right employees in. And we're talking about that. Engage them, don't disengage them once you get them in, right? And have them want to come and give you 110% every shift.
Yeah.
How do you do that? Wouldn't that be great?
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be great?
Well, tell us. And I want people to know this is the perfect kind of segment where when you're listening to this, it may not be you, but everybody goes to a restaurant.
Right.
Everybody goes to a restaurant where they get bummed out because the food isn't as good and they paid a lot of money for it, right?
Right.
Or the service is lousy, which is huge.
And who's giving the service?
It's
an employee.
Right.
An employee's giving that lousy service. So we want everybody to look at their employees, and there's 3 classified. There's only 3 types of employees. You've got what we call the peak performer. The one that is giving you their effort every minute they're there, they're exceeding expectations because they love it, they believe what you're doing. They're the ones that their greetings are great, so they're doing the success of selling, they're remembering the customers, remembering their orders, they're going above and beyond, fixing things before they break. Those are your peak performers. We call them profitable peak performers because every hour they work, they're building your business. Mm-hmm. So if I want to give a raise, I say I'm not giving a raise, I'm investing more in my peak performers so they can keep performing the way they are, right? And I want to keep up with that performance. If their performance is exceeding the pay I'm paying them, I'm giving them raises. That's how raises work, right? They earn it and they get it. They never have to ask me for a raise. It's there waiting for them as long as they're performing.
That is a good
That's your
point.
peak performer. Now you got your good employee, okay? Your good employee, they show up, they do the job, they go through the scripts, they cook the food, they greet, hi, how many, they do the minimum, right? Because they're doing it out of compliance, not out of commitment. They're doing it because they have to do it, but they want to stay on the schedule. Those are good employees. I think most people have good employees.
Exactly.
But they're not the peak performers that are giving you 110%. Then there's a third category. We call them the profit prevention personnel. They're the ones that every hour they work, they're hurting your business. It's the rude, it's the indifferent ones, it's the ones that aren't repeating orders, it's the ones that are putting mistakes, it's the ones that are cooking, taking shortcuts. They're the ones that are just don't care. And independent restaurant owners, you cannot afford to have any of them on your schedule.
No, but
You can't.
but the problem is, and we've talked about this now, is that they are desperate
Right.
for help because a lot of their help might have
Right.
left. But they're desperate, so they keep them,
They keep them.
and they're losing
Devastated.
money for doing it.
And they're losing money, they're losing sales, they're losing customers, and what are they blaming? The economy,
Yeah.
tariffs, gas prices. There's
Yeah.
nothing to do with that.
The youth.
It's never
Yeah,
them,
Or the generation. I can't find
Generation.
whatever broad brush they're saying.
right?
This group of people don't perform. No.
And I just
You're not
want to,
performing.
stand up for the young people right now.
Yes, we believe in you.
Yeah, we do believe in you, and there's a lot of good people,
Really good.
young people, that are just looking for the leadership,
Yes.
that want to be the peak performers, that want to stand out, that want to learn a career.
Plenty of them.
In the 19-year-olds and up that want to learn to be a good bartender or whatever, a server, and give them some kind of base to get through college, to get through whatever, and make the best money that they can possibly make. There's
Out there.
just no direction.
Right. They're good employees finding bad bosses is what it is. And so it creates turnover, right? So the first thing is look at your staff. How many of the peak performers, how many are good, and how many are hurting your business?
Lousy.
Right, lousy. And then, give us a call. We'll tell you how to reverse that with the hiring, right? You get a steady flow. Then the next thing they're doing is once they get some good employees in, they're performing at high levels and they do stuff that bring them down. They disengage them and give them reasons not to perform. And one of the biggest things that they don't understand is I'm hiring peak performers. I'm training them. I got a good guy in the kitchen. I got a good guy in the grill. I got a good guy in the fryer. I got a good guy here in the pantry. They're all super performers. There's no teamwork. They're saying, you guys got to work as a team. No, I want you to do your best. I want you to do your best. I want you to do your best. Forget about everybody else. You're going to perform. And now I'm creating a team of peak performers. Not saying you slow down, this and that. And if I do that, I lower the bar for everybody. And I tell the people, you're not a team player because you're not helping that person out. No, he's giving me his best effort. Give me your best effort. You give me your best effort. It's my job to coordinate and make sure there's communication. And it's beautiful when you see the top performers all doing their thing, loving their job, don't even care about who's next to them, right? They're just giving me the best work.
I think it's
And
so
I'm creating a team.
I think it's so cool when you go to a restaurant and they let you go through the kitchen
Mhm.
and you see how they are working it.
They're hardly talking to each
Yeah,
other.
but they know what they're doing.
They
It's
know what
like
they're
a
doing.
well-oiled machine.
And there's nobody in there saying,
There's-
you stop. No, they're
Right.
just letting them do their thing.
Mhm.
Because of the training is there. Now they're watching for bottlenecks. Your job is go in there and who's not performing. You go in there and help that person out. And what happens is, if I'm doing my job really well, I love what I'm doing, I see my guy next to me struggling, what do?
Help them
I'm
out.
gonna help him out.
Yeah,
Not because I'm forced to, because
I want
I
it.
want to.
Mhm.
And that's what the peak performers do.
And we were talking, this really is all about culture
Mhm.
and how you
Yes.
treat them, but how you teach them, how you make a training. It's all about that
Right.
as well.
It's training. Yep.
So we are gonna go to a break, and
Okay.
when we come back, we're gonna talk further about this. And you may not be a restaurant owner, but you might know one. You also may be sitting in one right now, because it's lunchtime here
Lunchtime.
in Arizona. And you might be sitting in one right now that you're going, you know what, I really like some of these things about this restaurant, but it's kind of lousy these
Mhm.
days.
Yep.
And we want you to call them. They're gonna turn around these restaurants within 90 days. They have a proven track record of doing it. They know that it works. So their phone number is 520-907-8409. They work statewide. They do complimentary consultations. They're gonna turn your restaurant, that's what they focus on, within 90 days. That phone number again is 520-907-8409. It's Rise from the Ashes Consulting.com.
Good. Yes, that's a concept that the owners don't really understand. is the lack of teamwork is good.
Is this the hardest part of when you're doing
Yes.
your training? Is this,
The
is
owners.
training them to understand?
Training the owners, because the owners will go after somebody who's a peak performer because they're not helping out. But they're getting their job done well. Well, why don't you help them out? Well, because they're not doing their job. Now, if I gotta do my job and their job because they're not a peak performer,
Slows them
I'm
down.
disengaged. Because you're letting this person, now I gotta pick up the slack. That's very different from two highly engaged performers, and this guy's getting off a little bit, but he's giving my own. I'm gonna go, hey, I got you, right? That's different. They do it because they're all.
Yeah.
They want the
They
whole,
want it
now
to
they all
work.
want each other to succeed, because
Right.
I know he's giving his all, she's giving her all, they're giving her all, the manager's giving his all, everybody's giving their all. But somewhere there's a
And
bottleneck.
it's a lot of different parts that make it all
Mhm.
work. It's not
Yes.
like, I know for me, hiring somebody, that's it, one person's
Mhm.
no problem, you
Yeah,
know?
right.
But when you're own a
Mhm.
restaurant, there's a lot of different parts to make it move and work, correct?
Right?
Right.
There's not just somebody that comes in and greets everyone and then serves them, sits them down, but then there's servers,
Mhm.
and then there's the people in the kitchen
Mhm.
that all have to, so it's a.
Well,
a
it's like
lot
an
of-
orchestra. If you listen
Oh,
to an
yeah.
orchestra, you like a symphony.
Exactly.
And the conductor's doing his job, the drummer's doing his job, bass player's doing his job, the flute player's doing their
all
job,
doing their
everybody's doing their
best.
job.
They're all experts.
And somebody, you're just enjoying it, and then somebody hits a bad note, or two or three bad notes. It makes the whole orchestra look bad.
Yeah.
So if you can keep everybody at their peak performance,
Yep.
guess what? The whole energy lifts, and guess what? When you leave there, it's like, yes, I enjoyed that so much. Arizona Orchestra is the best.
Beautiful. Why? Because everybody
Because everybody.
is tuned, everybody's doing their best.
Everybody's doing their best.
Same in sports.
That's a great analogy.
Same with sports. You
I
got
like
football,
orchestras.
professional sports, right? What if when a player isn't performing? What do they do? They're benched, and somebody
Yes.
else is out there just like that. So I have to have a bunch of peak performers coordinating together and communicating on the
Yes.
football team, right? Just if one's weak, they're going, don't worry about it. You can go ahead and be weak. No, your
No.
butt's on the stand.
Yeah.
You're out there,
On
and
the
bring
bench.
somebody that's going to do
Right.
their job.
Right? And then if everybody's doing their job, and then assisting other places when
Mhm.
possible, and nobody's just failing to fail because they're lazy that day or whatever,
Mhm.
then everything's humming, the energy lifts, everybody. And they
This
make better
goes-
fun.
tips.
It's
They make,
fun.
yeah,
This
they make
goes
better
for
money.
the smallest to the largest.
Yep.
Doesn't
Absolutely.
matter, right?
Doesn't matter.
So welcome back, everyone. I'm getting hungry every time you guys come on. Every time.
know.
We're gonna have to
You know-
start
Talk
bringing
about
food.
food.
But we- because I know that you are gonna turn the restaurants that
Mhm.
I like the
Mhm.
most, that you are gonna make it so that they're gonna be profitable
Mhm.
and fun to go to. And
Yes.
you've been doing this for the longest time,
Mhm.
and it's a proven track record that you have within 90 days. That you
90
can
days.
turn. That's just
And we
amazing.
start with the staff,
It starts
with
with
the
the
staffing
staff.
and the culture of the restaurant.
I also think that it starts to, I don't know why I keep on doing that to
I
you.
know, that's fine.
But it starts when you say at the top.
Mhm.
You
Right.
have to learn how to be the right boss
Yes.
and what to do.
Right,
From the
and there
beginning.
isn't any restaurant leadership course out there. There are, but there's a bunch of fluff.
Right.
They really don't, and this is real world experience. When I'm sitting there, we're looking at kitchens and they're falling apart. Why are they falling apart?
They don't know what to do.
And so I go in there and say, this is why it's falling apart.
Mhm.
Because your manager is disengaging everybody.
And
He's
I'm gonna
calling
use
people
Carol,
out.
I'm gonna use Carol's words right now. They don't know what they don't know.
Yeah, they don't know. And that's what the owners tell me. How do I manage employees?
Yes.
That's the first thing they ask. I don't know what to do. And they're right. They don't get that crash course. They know how to cook, they know everything else, but what about this team of 10, 15, 20, 30 people? So first thing I do is quit doing things that are going to disengage them. So the first one is quit insisting on teamwork unless you have a whole bunch of peak performers. Because if that peak performer has to work with that late coming, poor, lousy employee, you're going to disengage that peak performer. So knock that off. Make sure you have a whole team first, and then watch what happens.
Mhm.
Just watch the teamwork happen naturally, not forced. That's a big mistake they make, and then they disengage the people. Another thing to do is, tell me about your recognition and rewards, right? Employees need to be recognized. Oh, yeah, they do. So tell me about it. Anniversaries, every year, every birthday, right? And we recognize their birthday. They've been with us for 5 years, for 20 years. We recognize that. I said, okay, so how hard was that for them to get recognized for showing up for a year?
When they were
Or showing
supposed
up for
to
their
anyway.
birthday? Or showing up for
Right,
5 years?
right.
How much effort went into that? Is that really a recognition? Or
It's
recognize,
nice,
or the rotating employee of the month, employee of the year? I call that just wait, because your name will eventually come up. They have to. They can't have the same employee win all the time, or it's done. I said, just wait. Your name will come up. What kind of recognition is that? Knowing that it's.
So I gotta wait,
I just gotta be
I'm not
patient.
happy.
I'll be patient for that one. I'll eventually be employee of the month, and they'll come up with something.
Yeah.
This disengages people, doesn't engage them. Or if it's real and the same people win every month, that disengages people too. So quit that kind of recognition. It's not. Although I'm going to say, hey, recognize them for doing their jobs. Hey, thanks for that. Hey, that was really good. I'm recognizing you for doing that. That's what I'm getting paid to do. Yeah, thank you for doing what you're getting paid to do. Well, the way you are rewarded for doing what you're getting paid to do is you're on my next week's schedule. And the week after that. And the week after that.
And that means you
Because
have
you're
a
doing,
job.
yeah, you have a job.
You're doing your job.
But is that something I recognize you for? Yeah, I do, because you're on my schedule. Your hours are not cut.
Okay.
Because if you weren't,
What do you do?
your hours would be cut. So the only real recognition that works is recognizing performance above the minimum. I'm not going to recognize you for doing your job. That recognition is you continue this. But when you do something above and beyond, when you do something like helping the team member without being asked, when you're fixing a problem that you didn't break, or you're solving some problem that we all had, right? You solved it.
When you're going the extra mile.
You're going above and beyond. Just even little things. Thank you. That is a recognition. I'm recognizing that. That's going above and beyond because you're reinforcing behavior that you want. Reinforcing showing up, you're on my schedule, right? Reinforcing going above and beyond is where recognition comes in. Because if Tom is recognizing you for something, you did something pretty darn good, right? That's what I used to say in the company I used to run. If you get a letter from Tom, that is good. And they take that letter and they keep it forever. Because it's rare. It doesn't happen all the time. But you can do it every day whenever you see some peak performance. And the other thing is appreciation. If you want to take recognition another step, show them how much you appreciate them. I really appreciate being here. They're like, whoa, now I did that personally in a positive way. Thank you. I appreciate that effort you gave. It really means a lot for this company and for this business. Like, whoa, that's recognition and reward.
So, but we also talked about how people who are working in let's say this restaurant, that you as an employer have to always be
Looking for those things, right?
Right.
If you want to do an anniversary, they're good, as long as you say, in this last year, these are the things I've noticed that you've done. Not just the anniversary, but here's the accomplishment. You helped us do this, you helped us write this training, you trained 4 people, this is what you accomplished in that year, and you're recognizing performance of the year. Now the anniversaries make sense, because you're recognizing. But most of the owners do things that disengage. They're unprofessional with them. They don't understand like what motivates a peak performer. They're in it for themselves. Yeah, they are in it for themselves. And once you understand it, let them do it, right?
Yeah.
They are unprofessional, they mess with their schedules, they mess with their pay, they don't give raises when they say. And these are untrained managers and owners. And we come in there and we want to train them.
And that's what you do.
Yep, we want to train
And
them.
what I want to ask you, that's off of that. It's just, so you've worked with a lot of restaurants, okay? Out of all the restaurants that you work, let's say we just pick 10 of them. How many of them are lousy?
When I first get them,
Like all of them? Or do
they're
you
all
fi-
hurting. They're all not profitable for these reasons, a lot of them. They're not hiring well, they
And you
don't
know what
train,
to
they don't
go
have
in.
culture. Yes.
And what's nice about what you do, I think, is you're like a hawk. You know, you come in and you, boom, you see the problem
Yeah.
and you fix that, and then they see that and they're like, wow.
Well, the owners have to fix it.
Right, that's what I
Right.
meant.
I said, you have to have tough skin when we come in, because I'm gonna talk to all your employees. And they're gonna tell me what's going on, right? And then like I interview, I'll get to the truth with them. And so they tell me that. But so what happens when they're engaged? When you got an engaged peak performer, right? Well, they look for opportunities to help out without being told. Now, hey, what else can I do? Right? What else can I do to help out? They go above and beyond without having to be asked. They'll go open the door for people without having to be asked. They'll do stuff just automatically. And so you don't have to tell them to do it. They just do it. And this is where you have a whole team of these people. So I got a couple of stories here. 3 people were working on a construction yard, okay? All 3 were asked the same question, what is your job? The first one said, I'm laying bricks. The second one said, I'm building a wall. The third one says, I'm building a cathedral. Which one was more engaged?
You're asking me? I don't know.
The
A
cathedral.
The cathedral.
I'm building a cathedral. One guy's laying bricks. That's all he's doing. I'm just laying bricks.
That's all he cares about.
How unengaged is that? The other guy says, hey, at least I'm building a wall.
Yeah.
There's some
The
result.
other
And
one
I
is
said,
good.
we're making a cathedral.
Yeah.
I see the big picture.
I see what
And
you're
what
saying.
I'm doing here. Another one was a reporter was touring.
I'm not good to sometimes.
and reporting-
Somebody else.
A reporter is one famous hospital, really famous. He was asking everybody what their role was. After touring most of the floors, they were about to leave, and he saw a worker mopping the floors. Assuming it was a janitor, he asked, what do you do here? And he says, we save lives. So he bought into the big picture. He was mopping the floor. But his contribution to saving lives, make sure the floors were safe, clean, and sanitary. Super engaged. And this is what they said, even the janitor gets it. He's contributing to saving lives.
Mm-hmm.
So in a restaurant, what is your job in the restaurant? To make sure that everybody comes in, comes back. To make sure that they leave happier than when they came in, right?
It's the experience.
And how do you do that? Well, I'm the chef today, I'm the cook today, I'm the server today, I'm the hostess today. In my role, my job is to make sure that everybody comes in, comes back, leaves happier than they came in, somehow affected their life in a positive way. That's my role.
You know, you were talking about how there's no book that you can go by to say, get some different things to follow.
Yeah.
These are the people that can turn your business
Mhm.
around. They know what to do.
Yes.
And today we're talking a little bit about culture and taking care and training your people. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's right. It starts with so the owners have to understand. We ask them, what kind of culture do you want? Describe your culture. I'll describe it for you. What do you want to have happen? And then if they can't come up with it, say, this is what you want to have happen. And this is how we started with hiring, with training, with engagement. But you quit doing these things that are disengaging people. I see that manager over there being inappropriate. He's unprofessional and disengaging your best people. Either get rid of them or train them. Right? That person, your leadership needs training at every level.
Mm-hmm.
Every level needs the leadership training, or they will take your team and pull them down.
And you have to constantly be
Mhm.
looking, because when one person does something that you don't like, they're out, you gotta be able to replace them.
So ask us what's new.
What's new?
So, what would a
In 1 minute.
designation, quality, excellent golf course need? A destination, pristine,
Right now,
what would you think a golf course
misters.
We have them.
They got misters.
I don't know.
A destination,
A destination.
go-to restaurant.
Mhm. Oh, yeah,
Yes.
for sure.
So we are teaming up with the owners of
The Oasis at
Yes.
Sundance. It was just
Sundance Golf
renamed.
Course.
We've teamed up with them, and we wanted to mention them today. They're out in Buckeye, Arizona. So
Mhm.
You know
it'll be a
what?
well-orchestrated business.
Yes.
And you're gonna wanna go because it's gonna be a great experience
Yes.
for
The
you.
golfing is experience, and then the restaurant's gonna be
Tell them the
experience.
name of it really quickly again.
It's the Oasis at Sundance and Sundance Golf Course in Buckeye.
Gotta
They
go.
turn around a restaurant within 90 days. They know what they're doing. 520-907-8409. It's Rise from the Ashes Consulting.com. Okay, he's gonna turn that off. Did you do well with that?
We're,
Did we get you?
Yeah,
you
yeah, I
got-
think so.
Okay, good.
What'd you think?
Yeah.
Did it flow?
Yes, you got it down, to what you were trying to
I'm
do.
trying to do.